So right now everybody's talking about the new Miley Cyrus video Wrecking Ball where she appears nude. Now I have been asked about it by a few people because, after all, I am a Miley Cyrus fan. Yes, I am a Miley Cyrus fan. Or rather, I was one. This video Wrecking Ball was actually the tipping point that caused me to stop being a fan of hers. In fact, 99.9% of the journey there was actually from her VMA appearance. It was just this little bit that, or should I say, huge bit, that pushed me over the top and caused me to stop being a fan. Frankly, the whole Wrecking Ball video is just unpalatable to me. The whole over-sexualization thing just brings her career to what I believe to an all-new low of just attention-seeking. This video has nothing to do with talent or art whatsoever. Some complained when I was speaking that I was being too critical and that this is the evolution of music and that I should get used to it, Grandpa. Do you even rage against the machine? If this is the product of evolution, then we know what causes evolution. Changes in the environment. If that's true, then what kind of an environment is this? Well, a capitalist cesspool, to be honest. The fact is, Miley Cyrus is much better than this. Go watch her video Lilac Wine. Listen to that song. You will see how powerful her voice is. You will see how much talent she actually really has. Then come back and look at this Wrecking Ball video and you'll facepalm. There are many people out there with great talent, but that talent doesn't get to come through because of this over-sexualized garbage. This over-sexualized garbage is pushed by the profit motive. The profit motive is the basis of capitalism, won't allow anything else to exist. Thus, we cannot expect anything else to exist. Profits come from marketability, not talent. Now, there are people of genuine, real talent out there, but they're obscured behind an entire realm of just pointless vox pop. Just people with an image as opposed to people with real substance and talent. There are people with real talent out there, but there's very few of them because of it. The transformation of Miley Cyrus from Hannah Montana to what she is now is an abomination. But we could never have expected anything else to have happened. This is the same formula. There is a successful formula, and that formula will be repeated over and over and over again until it is no longer profitable. Every single star starts this way. As soon as they end their teens, they turn into an over-sexualized package. And this will continue to happen as long as it's profitable. I don't think I have to mention that this stifles creativity. The fact is, without selling sex, the music industry as it is literally could not exist, because it would not be doing the most profitable thing that it could. So if Miley Cyrus has so much talent, then why isn't she using it? The reason she's using sex over talent is the same reason that every artist does it, because it's the only way to be seen. In a market saturated with this, where that's all there is, that's the only way to be noticed. Everything else is not sensationalized enough. And if you don't get seen, you are not going to get sold. If you don't get sold, you're not going to make money. And this goes against the profit motive. The fact is, Miley Cyrus literally cannot do anything else and keep her career. Capitalism demands nothing less than maximum profits. Another person tried to tell me that this video was sexually liberating because it challenged the stuffy American ideas around human sexuality. So this, therefore, must be liberating. I laughed at him. This is not liberation. This is commercialization. Liberation is where you choose who you want to have sex with, what you choose to do with your own body. That is not what this is. This is a packaged corporate product sold to you by using the lowest common denominator. Now, mistaking these two things is a very common thing for liberals to do. This is a very common liberal view. We just put out a product to sell. We just think good things, and therefore things are going to change, and good things are going to happen as a result. It's a very liberal thing to literally do as little as possible to make it look like you're doing anything. In reality, it is challenging as little as possible while still maintaining the profit motive, which causes the problem to begin with. This is very typically liberal, all flash with no substance. This is very typically liberal, all flash with no substance and challenges nothing. Us Marxists see everything as contradiction, which motion itself is nothing more than contradiction in action. Capitalism presents us with a contradiction right now, the contradiction between profitability and talent and art. These two things are diametrically opposed. Capitalism cannot ignore the profit motive ever, or it would cease to exist, nor can it put out an entire product without some form of art or some form of talent in some way. So because of this contradiction, what we get instead is an antagonism between the two. What we get is a corporate product that's a mishmash of massively marketed garbage that has a modicum of talent and art mixed in it, because these two things are in contradiction. This is how capitalism specifically suppresses creativity. In fact, this is nothing new. What we've learned from the recent opening of more CIA archive files is that modern art was actually created and funded by the CIA. Now, how did they do this? By promoting and funding certain artists. Why did the CIA support them? Because in the propaganda war with the Soviet Union, this new artistic movement could be held up as proof of the creativity and intellectual freedom and the cultural power of the US. Russian art, strapped into the communist ideological straitjacket, could not compete. Yes, modern art is basically a CIA conspiracy to promote and protect capitalism. Dismayed at the appeal communism still had for many intellectuals and artists in the West, the new agency set up a division, the Propaganda Assets Inventory, which at its peak could influence more than 800 newspapers, magazines, and public information organizations. They joked that it was like a Wurlitzer jukebox. When the CIA pushed a button, it could hear whatever tune it wanted playing across the world. Now, for more information on that little revelation, check the description below. Capitalism doesn't just kill creativity, it artificially creates it to give the appearance that it also fosters it. Capitalism, like every other system, creates and shapes its own culture in order to perpetuate itself. It's no different from any other system in this regard. If anyone ever truly steps outside the capitalist message and really gives something that challenges the system, we all know what happens to that person. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share on various social media, and if you want, there's some other good videos here you can check out.